Welcome back to the Yoga Life channel. Today we're going to tackle a really big topic. It's about how to be the master of your own destiny. Henry Ford has a famous saying when he expressed, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you'll probably be right. What is it that allows some people to absolutely smash it and excel at what it is that they are doing versus other people probably trying really hard but failing at the same time? A lot of the difference just sits in the difference of the mindset. And what I see very often in my clients is that one of the key elements is how willing they are to take full and unabashed responsibility for their life and for the results that they are creating versus feeling like they are the victim and it's somebody else's fault, blaming other people. There's a model in coaching that separates from each other people who are at cause in their life and people who are at effect. People who are in full responsibility as the creators of their circumstances versus people who are feeling like they are the victim of what's going on for them. We are often calling this, when we are talking coaching lingo, living above or below the line. Above the line meaning that you are at cause, that you are creating what it is that you see and you're taking full responsibility, versus below the line being the person who has a better time blaming others than actually going for what it is they want in life. So let's have a look first at the people who are living and playing below the line, people in victim consciousness. So what you will hear or see a lot from them is that they are justifying themselves for their actions, saying, I would have done this, I could have done this, I should have done this, but because such and such did something to me, I couldn't. Because of the circumstances, I wasn't able to. So they will always find ways of excusing themselves and potentially then shift into blaming other people or feeling ashamed of themselves or shaming other people. So that's a very low vibe sort of thing. They will complain about their circumstances, about what's going on for them, maybe whinge. If you have younger kids, you might sometimes hear that kind of attitude from your kids. They will often also sit in their own defeat and ask themselves, why me? Why does this always happen to me? Why am I not good enough? Why? There's nothing that you'll ever win from asking these unresourceful why questions, because all the answers that you'll get just will explain to you why. Why am I not successful? I don't know, because I'm unfit, because I'm not healthy, because I'm ugly, because I'm stupid, etc., etc. You won't get anywhere with those kind of questions. So if you want to get away from that, drop the why questions. I'll show you in a minute what you can ask yourself instead. You basically find in this space below the line people who are in a somewhat immature, you could even say childish sort of consciousness, where they feel that they are not in the driver's seat of their own life, where they feel that whatever they do isn't really going to get them anywhere. And you'll hear generalizations from them. I always do this. I never can do that. You always do this to me. So all this kind of language is really negative, and it shows that they are not fully committed to take responsibility for what it is that they are seeing in their life right now. Now let's turn it around. What would you see from someone who really takes full responsibility and therefore steps into that driver's seat in their life? First of all, you would see them make clear decisions and stick to those decisions, also being willing and able to wear the consequences. And yes, that might be somebody doesn't like what you are doing, but you are willing to do it anyway because you've made a clear decision. You will hear language like, I choose to, or I have decided. They will see and show you that they trust your own judgment, or those people will trust their own judgment. They will potentially see also their own share in certain conflicts that might arise, and they will be willing to look at themselves as the source of whatever went wrong, see whatever was their part they played in a conflict, and work on themselves continuously to get better and not make the same mistake twice. They will also, instead of those unresourceful why questions, ask how. How can I do this better? How can I get to where I want to be? How can I solve this problem? And they will see that sometimes whilst other people might not be playing out 100%, whilst other people might be sabotaging, that they still have it in their hands to do the best that they can, regardless of what everybody else is thinking. They're pretty much running their own race and staying in their own lane. They will focus on their own circle of influence. When I have a client, I can often hear the difference just by the way they are presenting to me problems. Some people who are more in victim consciousness will constantly talk about what other people are doing, specifically what their boss or their partner or their kids are doing to them, and why therefore they can't do whatever it is that they want to do. Versus someone who's fully taking responsibility and playing all out will talk about what it is that they can do, where they can be doing better, and talk about their own decisions and choices, whilst at the same time obviously being respectful towards other people. If I am able to have strong boundaries and to really make decisions that are good for my life, I will also be willing to accept other people's boundaries. If my own boundaries are weak and I get tossed and turned all the time, I will also expect other people to abandon their boundaries at any given point. And then it becomes this whole negative spiral. Basically, remember, it is completely up to you, and it's your choice how you want to show up. Whatever other people do is their life, and they will have to wear the consequences. You can show up in your life the way that you want to, and be mature and be measured and be focused on the outcomes you want to create. People who are in victim consciousness are focused on the problems, the drama, the overwhelm, etc., etc., versus you can be in the driver's seat, be the mature person, be the person who is making decisions and moving things ahead, and who knows that regardless of what's going on the outside, you have the full choice of how you want to show up and who you want to be in this whole big game that is life. I hope that's been helpful. You can assess where you are standing in the process. And I guess we all have situations in life where we can drop below the line and feel like a victim and feel like we're disempowered. But having this level of self-awareness and being willing to step back up means that we can pull ourselves out by our own hair and become empowered again by making better choices each time. I hope that was helpful. If you enjoy our content, please click below to subscribe to our channel. As if you want to get notifications, you can hit the bell button. And if you have any questions or any comments, please leave your details in the section below and we'll get back to you. Thank you very much and see you again soon.